Hey guys, Nate from UrbanSurvivalist, and this is a review of the GSI Pinnacle Soloist Backpacking Cook Set. This is a very high quality set, and it is totally self-contained in itself, and it still has room for more, making it extremely economical, yet still simple. There's so much to talk about with the Soloist, but like our motto, let's try to keep it short and simple as possible without skipping over any key features along the way. So I'll start with the primary piece of the Soloist, being the pot itself. It's made of hard anodized aluminum with a very high quality DuPont Teflon non-stick coating. It also features what's called radiance technology, and it's demonstrated on the box right here. That illustration on the box demonstrates radiance technology, and that enhances the heat dispersion throughout the pot, getting rid of those annoying hot spots that can often char your food. In addition, it's built with 3 layers of protective coating, making it virtually scratch resistant, even with the metal utensils that you might use, and of course that would be used under normal conditions. The materials just they feel really nice and smooth and just of great quality. The size is perfect for pretty much anything you would be cooking while out backpacking or camping. The exact dimensions would be 5 inches by 4.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and it can hold exactly 1.1 liters maximum. The weight is 10.8 ounces, which is about a middle of the road weight when it comes to individual cook sets. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of cook sets out there, they're about half the weight, but they lack the high quality and durability that the Soloist features. It can also be twice the price at that too. I'll definitely take the extra few ounces if it means I get a good value product guaranteed to work every time, and work well at that. You can probably see mine's got some use out of it, and there's some dark spots around from the fire, but that's because I was using a regular campfire to cook, and instead of a burner, I prefer using the campfire as much as I can, and only resorting to the fuel canister when I absolutely have to, or if local laws prohibit me from making a fire. So anyway, those spots can probably be removed, but you know, probably just take some scrubbing action, but I really don't have an interest or a need to. It gives it some character. On the side, you can see there's a foldable handle that's made of silicone rubber coating to keep the user from burning themselves. One warning though, if you use this pot in a campfire like I do, just make sure you keep an eye on the handle so it doesn't get too close to the flame for obvious reasons. The handle does have some up and down play, but that's not really anything big because it doesn't make handling the pot any harder at all. Not sure if that's just on my pot or on all of them, so I would appreciate it if anyone who owns this set or a similar one could leave a comment about that. But anyway, to work it, simply just squeeze it inward, fold it in, and let it go. And it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Over here, the lid is made of polypropylene, which is a high melting temperature. It's got good impact resistance, and it's also dishwasher safe. It has a sip hole here, as well as a strainer. The lid is a little loose, and it doesn't snap on or anything, but I think that was done on purpose because it probably wouldn't be that safe if the user was trying to peel off a tight lid with high heat and hot contents and everything. So also, if you're using the strainer, don't get stupid. Make sure you secure the top with your hand before you start pouring or whatever, you know, so you won't have a disaster. So enough with that. The bowl is made of the same exact material as the lid. It's got a foam insulating sleeve to keep things warm. The bowl is really not that big, so it's hard to actually be able to use it in a full-size meal. The only time I really used it was for breakfast, where I put my 2 packets of oatmeal in it. But I don't know, someone else may have used it a lot more. Then there is the included foon, but come on, we all know it's a spork. So it's retractable and it locks in place. I'll show you right now. I've never used it though, because honestly it kind of looks kind of cheap. It feels kind of cheap. So, but I've never read it breaking on anyone, so I'm sure it's fine to use. I just prefer to use my own set. Yeah, I own my own silverware set, so I just use that for myself. There is this little velvety textured pouch that's intended for storing your burner inside the pot. Not much else to say about that. The stuff sack here holds everything snugly in place, and it doubles up as a sink. It has the ability to hold water with its coated and welded seam construction, so you have the ability to wash your bowl or silverware directly inside to save on water. The thing that really sold me into buying the Soloist was that it can hold your fuel canister and burner right inside the set along with everything else. So I went to REI, picked up the Soloist and an MSR pocket rocket, expecting it all to fit inside. Well, unfortunately it didn't, without slight modification at least. The set was made to fit with the Snow Peak Giga, or Jija, however it's pronounced, or similar models, which at the time was a lot more expensive option because the pocket rocket was on sale. Anyway, at first I was pretty disappointed, but I started fiddling around, and I found out that if you remove the bowl and you manipulate the lid around and the stove, you can get it to fit as shown here. So it's pretty much a give and take. Either have the bowl and carry your stove outside, or remove the bowl and carry the stove inside. Well, I tried the configuration with the stove inside, and I ended up liking the method of carrying the stove outside more. The stove doesn't really sit well in the pot, and as you can see it sort of sticks out right here. And I just prefer to keep my pocket rocket snug and safe in its designated case, because one time I actually accidentally bent a pot stand on the pocket rocket, so I prefer it to be safe in its case. So it's really preference though. If you haven't already tried removing the bowl, you should probably try it. You might like it, might not. So either way, you still have room for some smaller items inside. I actually ended up putting a little book of matches and a microfiber cleaning cloth inside mine. So there is room when fully loaded either way, with the bowl or absent without the stove. So the order which everything goes in, as advertised, is pretty simple. First, obviously, you drop in your fuel canister. If you want, you can even throw in some smaller items that you can actually fit under there, because it's a dome. So you can throw some smaller items, and if you have a Snow Peak Jija or similar small stove, drop that in the velvety fabric pouch. That'll go in there. And then, if you choose your spork, and finally the bowl would go over the top like this, the spork would be under that, and drop your lid on there, fold it up, and you're good to go. And obviously you drop it in the carrying case. So as for me, I'll be carrying my pocket rocket outside of the Soloist. It's just my preference that way. So it's really up to you. This set will run you about $40. Doesn't include the fuel canister or the stove, obviously. But I think $40 is a pretty reasonable price for such a high quality set. So far, I'm extremely happy that I bought this set, and I'm really happy with the performance thus far. So that was quite a bit to cover for just a cook set, but I hope you guys found this video helpful. I definitely recommend buying the GSI Soloist, or there are its other brothers too, the Minimalist and the Dualist, and those are all great cook sets too, just different sizes. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and this is Nate from Urban Survivalist. I'll see you guys later.